Hey guys, so let's just jump right into today's tutorial. To start off, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Nude Magique Blur Cream. This is really good for oily skin. It just kind of gives you a nice flawless matte base to work with, and you want to just apply that all over your face and of course blend that in with your fingers, just making sure it's really well blended. For foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte, also amazing for oily skin. It will stay matte so much longer than any other foundations I have. And I just dot that around my face in an even layer, and then I really buff it into the skin. I find that when you have a really thick layer of foundation, it goes greasy easier. So if you have a nice thin layer really well buffed into your skin, it will just last a lot longer throughout the day. So just make sure you kind of use it in circular motions. For under the eyes, I'm just using the Ingla Under Eye Concealer. It doesn't really matter what concealer I use under my eyes, so just go with your favorite one that you have and just apply that in the usual places, so under the eyes, and I first kind of tap it out and really lightly blend it with my fingers, and any excess I apply to my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and just kind of between my brows and in the center of my forehead just to highlight. Then I just grab a little brush and really lightly blend out the edges of that concealer, and then I tap in the rest of it so that I don't move around any of the product. To set, I go back to my Old Faithful Rimmel Stay Matte. As always, this is the shade Transparent, and I really like swirl my brush in there and get plenty of the product. So then I just apply that anywhere I just highlighted with the concealer, and I can come back and blend it out afterwards. So also pop some on my chin and down the bridge of my nose and between my brows, and just kind of pat it on so that you don't move around that concealer. You can also just apply it just above your jawline so that you're really kind of sculpting out your cheekbones, and it will just really bring the look together later on. And then I apply a darker powder, so this is the Rimmel Silky Beige, just anywhere else that I applied foundation but not concealer. For bronzer, I'm using the NYC Sunny Bronzer. I just really like this bronzer lately, and I just grab my bronzer brush and I kind of pinch it so that it is more defined, so that we don't go over anywhere we just highlighted, but it just gives a nice kind of subtle contour. And I just apply this to my cheekbones, as you can see here, just kind of sucking in, and that will give you the cheekbone effect. And then I also apply it around the perimeters of my forehead and my temples, just blending it up into my hairline and also onto my jawline to kind of carve it out. If you want to bring your contour a little bit further, you can also contour your nose, and then you can grab something with a straight edge. I do this with my eyes, and you can also do it with your cheekbone. It will give you a really defined line, but just make sure you kind of blend it out a bit so it's not super intense, because that can just look really obvious, and of course that's not what we want. Your contour, you want it to look natural at the same time. And then just grab the brush that you previously applied your powder with and just go over everything so that it is a bit more natural and blended. Just blend and blend and blend, literally blend till your arms fall off. Then for blush, I'm using the Max Factor Cream Puff Blush, and I am applying this to the apples of my cheeks but blending it backwards along my cheekbone where I applied the bronzer previously. Applying it backwards will also help to sculpt out your cheeks and make your face look less round, so just bring it down your cheekbone to the apple of your cheek. For highlighter, I always go back to my Mary Luminizer when I want a really nice glow. So I start at the very tip of my eyebrow, as you can see here, and I just kind of bring most of the product to the center of my eye. So I stop at my pupil, and then any of the remainder I just lightly brush over the apples of my cheeks. And if you want, you can put some down the bridge of your nose for a really healthy glow, and then also above your eyebrows. And your Cupid's bow, of course, always got to do that. And then you can just set everything in place, keep it there all day long, and this makeup look does not budge on me. Seriously guys, that's the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.